What has your child's school done that made you so mad you went in and read the riot act of the teacher or principal? 1. My 9-year-old daughter came home with her coat on and said taking it off would hurt. She had fallen during a roller skating field trip and hurt her arm. Despite repeatedly telling her teacher she needed medical attention, the teacher brushed it off and later forced her to square dance, letting kids pull on her arm. When I tapped her fingers lightly, she screamed in pain. I took her to the doctor, who sent us to an orthopedic office for x-rays. She had a fractured radius. After setting the arm and getting a cast, we picked up pain meds late into the night. The next day, I called the school and asked the principal if he and the teacher were medical professionals. When they said no, I let them have it for ignoring my daughter's request to call me. I demanded an apology and wrote to the school board. Both the teacher and principal were reprimanded. 2. My stepdaughter's math worksheet came home with a 0, even though all her answers were correct. When I asked why, she said it was from her calculator math workbook, and the teacher gave her a 0 because she hadn't used a calculator. I met with the principal and teacher to understand, what is calculator math? Why was she penalized for getting the answers right? Turns out, the district implemented a program teaching kids how to use calculators, but I argued that one important skill is knowing when to use one. I said my stepdaughter would use a calculator when problems became difficult but should otherwise practice doing math in her head. Her paper was regraded as 100%, and she got an A in calculator math. 3. I foster 2 girls who came from a violent home. My eldest was bullied in kindergarten, tripped, slapped, and had her hair pulled. When I raised the issue, the teacher dismissed it, saying kids lack social skills because of COVID. I told the principal my child had endured years of violence and wouldn't experience more under my watch. I also mentioned involving a child advocate and lawyer if necessary. The principal observed the class, and during her second visit, the bully punched another child in the face. He was removed from the classroom and didn't return. 4. My son was accused of writing profanity on a bathroom wall. When I arrived, he was in tears and mouthed, "I didn't do it." The graffiti said, "Go fuck yourselves," written neatly and high on the wall. My son's terrible handwriting and short stature made it clear he couldn't have done it. Even his teacher admitted she suspected another student. The school said my son confessed, which I later learned was because they told him he could go home if he admitted it. I was furious and had my wife, a lawyer, write a letter. The school apologized, and I taught my son never to confess to something he didn't do. 5. In the 1980s, my son's teacher yanked his desk back so hard it bruised his ribs. After confirming the injury at the ER, I confronted the teacher and assistant principal. They acted like it was no big deal. When the teacher said, "I never laid a hand on him," I replied, "Let's go to the parking lot. I'll get my baseball bat, I promise I won't lay a hand on you." The school called the police. The officers reviewed the medical report, and the teacher was arrested for assault. He lost his license. 6. My daughter had surgery to fix a broken finger, but her gym teacher made her play volleyball. The ball hit her injured hand, causing her to call me in tears. I stormed into the school, yelling that what I and her doctor said took precedence over a gym teacher's instructions. The principal claimed the teacher told her not to use her injured hand. I retorted, "You try playing volleyball without using one hand, even if the ball is heading for your face." We received apologies,